Okay, so this is a video to show you how to set up the restricted unrestricted budget model for your charity. The first thing we'll do is we're going to save the file down into your local directory and give it a file name that's relevant to you. So just go File, Save Copy, or Save As, depending on what you can see. We'll call this one the test budget model. And please ensure that you save it as a Excel macro enabled workbook. Okay, so then once that's saved, you'll need to click Enable Content button just in this top left hand corner here. If it's not there, you've probably already clicked on it previously, so just press that button. Okay, so now we are ready to go. So the first thing we need to do is name our funds. Okay, so we do this on the Summary by Funds tab, and these cells here, B2 to K2 for the restricted funds, and M2 to V2 for the unrestricted funds. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll name 3 of the funds in restricted. So we'll call this one college. And what you'll notice, as soon as I've named that fund there, you can see I've got a corresponding tab there for that fund. Okay, and then we'll do a couple more. So we'll do charity here. Ooh, I can spell charity. And we'll do a third one called deal. Again, so you can notice now automatically we've got these 3 tabs selected in the restricted section, ready to go. And we'll do the same on unrestricted. So I'll just call this core 1. Core 2. And core 3. And what you'll notice if you look down, you can't see those tabs, so you just need to use a toggle button, and then you can see over there. So we've got the unrestricted section here. We've got core 1, core 2, core 3. You are limited on both sides to 10 restricted funds on each. So let's say that we're happy with that being the total amount of funds we've got. So once we are there, we have a button here on the right hand side called Hide Unused Funds. And what that will do, it will hide the columns on this Summary by Funds tab, and it will also hide any tabs that we didn't end up using, just to make it nice and neat. So if I just click the button, the code does take a little bit of time to run. It's probably taken a little bit longer on this video because we're recording a video at the same time, so just bear with it. Hopefully shouldn't take too much longer. Okay, so now you can see on the Summary by Funds tab, it's nice and neat with the columns we've got, and obviously all the tabs you can see are hidden now. The next thing we need to do is set up our financial year, and we do this in the Summary Budget tab. And here it's all dictated by this B1 cell here, this date here. So let's say our financial year start was 1st of April, which is quite a common one. So we put that there. So as you can see, that's now changed all the subsequent dates on this sheet, and it'll also do it on your other tabs as well. Yep, okay. Alright. In this model, just to sort of point out, we have 4 summary tabs. So you've got your summary by fund, summary budget, restricted total, and unrestricted total. And you can only put figures in these fund tabs that you've set up. So in our case, college, charity, deal, core 1, core 2, core 3. Okay. All right. So the next thing we need to do is set up our income and expenditure categories. So here, this is done by going into the summary by funds tab, and you've got all of these things. As you can see, I've just put like generic categories at the moment, so income type 1, and it's all down here. The only ones I've pre-populated are in this expenditures of salary and personnel costs. So you can see we've got 3 there: gross salaries, employees NI, and employees pension. So let's just put a few in here now. So I'm just going to call this income test 1, income test 2, and then call another one income test 3. And then we'll do premises test 1, and I'll put other test 1. And again, what you'll see is, because we've typed them in on this sort of master spreadsheet, if you scroll to the other sheets, you can see that is fed through on there, fed through on there, on there. Just scroll up on this one, sorry. You can see it there, there, and there. So that's all ready to go now. Obviously you can add more as you go along if you think of other ones you've done, but again, you are limited to this section. So we've got, what have we got there? We've got 10 in there, 6 there, 6 there, and then obviously you've got your other ones down the bottom. So hopefully that covers the kind of all the categories that you will need generally. And then it's about just populating the figures in here, and then they will all sort of feed through to the summary sheets. So I don't know, income test 1, we may put, so we put 10 all the way along. Just copy and paste that across. So here we put 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, put that in there. And then for income test 3, we'll put, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, and we'll put some other ones in here. So I put, I don't know, put some pretty low numbers here actually. Obviously you'd get a lot higher numbers, but it's just for this example. Yeah, so put that there, put 30 there. So just for the purposes of just showing you how it works. And then put 40, and then okay. So this one I've done in core 3. Let's put some different figures in here. So I put, I don't know, 100 there. And then put 200 in here. And then we'll just put something in core 1 as well, just so you can see that coming through. And put that into there. And then obviously we've got our restricted ones, so again we'll just put 50 here, put 70 there, put some, and keep going. So hopefully you've got the gist of it now. So I won't pop any any more of this now, so just so you can see. So then basically these 3 figure ones here will populate into this unrestricted total, okay, and then these 3 here will populate into here, and your summary budget is by month, your restricted and unrestricted added together, and your summary by fund, again as we've seen in the front sheet, that's just obviously by fund, restricted, and you get an overall total there. Alright, so hopefully you can understand from that. Some other things just to consider. basically, if you put all of this together and you realize that you've missed a fund that you need to add, then you can just click on this unhide use funds button. Again, it's taking a bit longer than it normally would because we're filming the video at the same time. Okay, and then you can just go and add another one here. So we'll just call this other restricted. Then obviously, if you click hide again, that column E will be unhidden now. The other things to consider as well, say you wanted to go back to how it was, some of the columns back to how it looked when you first opened it, you need to do it exactly how it looked previously. So say we wanted to put this back to res fund, a restricted fund, you just have to type in res fund 4. You can see that tab's changed back to how it was. It has to be exactly how it was, so it's that res space fund and then the number straight after it. It is case sensitive as well. Okay, so you can kind of see from the other ones what it needs to be and what the spelling needs to be. I have explained this in the working instructions as well, so you can refer back to. And also, just to add as well, if you say you put a figure in a tab you don't end up using, so let's put 10 there for instance. So if we go to the summary by fund now and see there, so you can see that adds up to 610. You can see the total there. If we click the hide unused funds button, it will exclude any hidden stuff from the total. So if we just show you how that works. So it's taking a bit of time again. Alright, okay, so you can see that number has now gone down to 600. Okay, alright, just in case you accidentally type something in another sheet and don't end up using, we've got that kind of workaround in it. Alright, so that's basically it. Oh yeah, just to add as well, obviously whenever you're adding stuff to spreadsheets and stuff, make sure you're always saving regularly. I make sure my auto save is on, generally speaking. And that's it. So that concludes the video for setting up the restricted and unrestricted budget model for your charity.